Happy October, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, what's up, what's poppin'? Let's go ahead and get straight into this avatar makeup look. Oh my gosh, I had so much fun doing this look. I haven't done a look like this to this magnitude in so long. It felt so good to do. And you know, before I actually got to my YouTube channel, I used to always post to Instagram, and I used to wish sometimes like, dang, this look came out really good. I wish I would have recorded it for YouTube, but I really wasn't focused on my channel like that back then. This was probably like 2019 or so, like even mark of 2020 when like COVID came in. But oh my gosh, this felt so good to actually get it on camera, and of course it came out amazing. Haven't you ever had that feeling of like when something like you do, whether it's your hair, makeup, nails, or something, you don't do it on camera, it comes out so much better, but then when you get on camera, you're like, what the freak? That didn't happen to me this time. So oh my god, I'm super happy to show it to you guys. So I went ahead and I prepped my face like normal. I used the e.l.f. Power Grip with the niacinamide, and I put some brow gel in my eyes just because I wanted to lay everything down. And the makeup that I will be using is by You Can Be, a thinner paint palette. It is makeup still, so you still need to prep your skin. So I'm going to be going in with that light blue and the dark blue. I realized I didn't really need too much of the dark blue because the light blue was the exact shade that I needed. So I went ahead and I put that all over my face. At some point I'm going to take off my shirt just because I was going to blend it all the way down on my body, but I realized, you know, I didn't feel like doing all that. Then I ain't want to scare my daughter when she woke up from her nap and she'd be like, who the freak is this? So I was like, let me do a little bit and, you know, add some on my shoulders though, but I'm gonna stick with the face. I'm gonna focus on the face. So as I was adding it to my face, I also realized that while I was brushing it on, because I used the foundation brush, and I don't know if it was just that specific brush, but swiping it, which obviously I should have known, but it was paint, so I thought differently. Swiping it wasn't working, so pat. When you pat the actual makeup paint in, you get more of a full coverage look. So I started doing that, and then I realized I wasn't really using much. I was being very generous, so I actually had to like lay it on there. So that's what you're gonna see me do now, is just go in throughout my shoulders and my face and lay on that blue for the base. And I'm actually not going to set the blue, which is crazy, but like I said, in patting motions definitely give the full coverage effect. So if you're going to recreate this, pat it in. I didn't try it with a beauty blender, but I probably should have, but pat it in for sure. Also, just as an update, guys, for the month of October, I will be dropping here and there a few Halloween looks just for you guys, because it is October and it's only right that I post some Halloween looks. Not all of them will be scary, not all of them will be glamorous, some will be a mixture, some will be either or, but I just wanted to let you guys know that for the upcoming month of October, you can definitely expect more family vlogs and more Halloween looks rather than my regular makeup looks that I do, and maybe a couple get ready with me's. So if you are wanting more Halloween looks, just comment down below and let me know what kind of look you would want to see, of course. And then as far as any other makeup look in general, any other content, just be sure to hit me up down in the comments or on my Instagram so I can make sure I'm always giving you guys what you want. Afterwards, I'm going to go ahead and go in with the white and that same light blue, and I'm going to actually start highlighting. So I didn't want to just highlight with a blue or just a white. I wanted to actually make sure that the colors made sense when I was doing this, because it's still a glam look. I didn't want it to look separate from each other, and I wanted everything to blend in seamlessly with each other. So I mixed that white and that light blue, and I'm going to go ahead and literally highlight like I normally do. The good thing about this avatar look is that it's basically the same steps in your regular routine, just being extra. So as far as your foundation base, if you do the whole foundation base, I don't per se do that anymore, but put on your foundation well, actually no, pause, you know what I'm about to say. Skin prep first, and then put on your base, and then, you know, highlight. And then as far as contouring, we'll get to that part when we get there, but I'm gonna actually take my beauty blender. It's wet, you know, we do wet beauty blenders, and I'm going to just start blending it in. Like I said, like it's like concealer, honestly. And when I got to this point, it was kind of funny because I was like, I'm starting to feel like one of the main characters in like the Blue Man group, like This better come out the way I see it in my head. Otherwise, I'm gonna be real mad that I just covered myself in blue paint for nothing. But you got to see it through. So after I blended everything out, I actually went back in with the same brush that I used to put the blue paint on, and I'm just softening the edges because I don't want anything to look harsh or look like it doesn't belong or looks like it's just sitting on top. Afterwards, I was going to use the Airspun setting powder, but I forgot that I had mixed it in with another one of my setting powders that were darker. So I was like, oh no, we're not going to ruin this look. So I'm going to go into the Morphe and Abby Roberts eyeshadow palette, and I'm actually going to mix white and then this baby blue color in here, and I'm going to use that as my setting powder. And then eventually you're just going to see me use the white because I like the way the white was starting to actually like highlight. The blue was softening it and like turning down some of that intense brightness, but it was still like giving me what I needed. But the white was definitely like, okay, you know, here's that pop of what you need. So I actually went in with my triangle puff to apply it and use it as my setting powder. Now going back into that same eyeshadow palette, I'm actually going to go into a dark blue, and I'm going to start using that for the blue lines that the avatar characters have on them. And I'm also going to use it to contour my nose just because I really want it to stand out against the regular blue paint that was on there, because my nose did get a little lost. But then also I realized when I was looking at my reference photo, their nose is very defined and very broad. So I wasn't actually trying to snatch my nose either. I was literally trying to give it that animal, you know, like creature-esque type nose. So I made sure to keep it wide, and like I said, I'm using that dark blue, and I'm actually going to carry that into my brows, and then I'm just going to mix the blue that I used on my nose with the black and then put it on top of my brows. I'm not trying to be very precise about my brows or super like fleeky with it, because do you still say fleeky, or did I just sound old? Either way, I didn't want them to be super snatched, because if you guys look at the avatar characters too, their brows aren't super snatched at all. So I'm just going to go in with that dark blue and the black for my brows. But as far as the blue lines that I'm going to start using on my body, it's just strictly eyeshadow. And it's like this navy blue, dark blue color in the Morphe Abby Roberts palette. Oh, and for my nose, I went into a little bit of white and a little bit of red, made that pink, and I just put it on my nose, and then I set it with a pink eyeshadow that was also in the palette. Now, in no specific order, I'm actually going to go in with the precision tip brush. It's actually used for like gel liners anyway, but I'm going to go into that white, and in no specific order or just fashion. I just know that the white beauty marks on the avatar characters are focused on like their nose, under their eyes, the middle of their forehead, and some on their chin. So I'm going to apply that like so. And then afterwards, I'm actually going to take that same white, and just to make my eyes pop amongst this blue, because I don't want them to get lost or look really, really small, I'm actually going to put some white paint on my, oh my gosh, I'm having a brain fart, on my waterline, just to accentuate my eyes to make them bigger. Now for my lips, I'm actually going to go in with that same blue that I used to contour my nose, and I'm just going to line my lips with that. And then I am going to take some of that leftover pink that I have for my nose and put that on my lips. And then there was another pink shade in the palette that I felt was perfect for my lips, which in the paint palette that is. And I went ahead and put a little bit, like the smallest amount on there, and created like this cute ombre blue and pink lip for the look. Now, the difference with my avatar look that I didn't see most people do when they recreate this look is that I did an eyeshadow look. I haven't really seen most people do it. Not trying to say that nobody has done it, but I haven't seen anybody do it. So for this look specifically, I'm also going to be doing an eyeshadow look. Don't mind Nay. Nay's up now from her nap. So if you hear her in the background, y'all know who it is. But I'm actually going to take the same blue that I use on my nose, and I'm going to start creating like this wing shaped look and put it in my crease and on the outer corners of my eye. And I'm just going to tap that on, and then afterwards I'm going to go into that same icy blue that I used to put under my eye. I am going to put that on the top of that blue, and then I'm just going to blend out that dark blue in the middle of that the first dark blue. And I'm going to go into that same paint that I used to use my highlight, and I'm going to cut the crease with my eyeshadow. And then I'm gonna go into the whites, this icy blue, like baby blue. Then it was like another blue. Like honestly, I went into like 3 to 4 different blues just to do it. It's funny because one of my friends said that it gave like an icy winter wonderland type look. So maybe she's like the avatar from the Iceland or like the snow world or whatever you want to call it. But I went ahead and did just a nice cute eyeshadow look for this look because I felt like it was definitely missing something, and the eyes was it. After I completed my eyeshadow look, I actually wanted to look a little bit more glam and a little bit more chiseled. So the same blue that I had already put on my face for the lines, I actually went in with a little bit more. And then I took one of my brushes, my eyeshadow brushes that is, and I kind of created like this contour or bronze, whatever you want to call it. And I really just added more definition to my cheekbone. And then to tone it down because I didn't want it to be harsh, I went in with that same foundation brush that I used to apply the base blue, and I just went over it, and it definitely softened it up, and I was really loving how it was coming out. And then I did notice that there was some slight pink to their cheeks for the blush, so I did go in with like this cool tone blush, and I did mix it with another one on there, but I didn't like how it was coming out, so I still layered it on, but I went back over it with the foundation brush again and soften it down, and then I went in with my beauty blender that I used to apply the highlight and soften those areas back up to marry everything back together. And then to chisel out my cheekbone, I went underneath that same dark blue with whatever was left over on my beauty blender, and I just made sure that it was looking chiseled and married together. After I apply my lashes, I'm actually going to go in with some mascara, and just because I wanted some more thicker lashes at the bottom just to add some more contrast to that white to make my eyes look bigger, I went ahead and I literally put like black dots like right under my eye to like make it look like I have full cluster lashes on at the bottom, just because I noticed that with the avatars too, their eyes are very big. I wish I had some yellow contacts, but that's okay. But this is I think it's like the Kiss mascara. It's Kiss New York Pro. It's their mascara though, but it's really good. It's really matte and it dries really quick, and I really liked it. You see, it really gave that pop for what I needed for that cluster look at the bottom. I think I only did like 4 dots anyway. But that is pretty much it for this video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give me a thumbs up. Make sure you comment, subscribe, and I want to hear from you guys from the next video. But thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.